I like that's waiting for you with the source, with open arms.
Like, yes, that's something to bear in mind when meditating on death. Literally all the love you have ever wanted in your life is available at any moment. That is what I'm talking about, like transcendent spiritual experience. It is that, and it is real. There may be several layers of terrifying experience that come with death and dying or illness, and know throughout all of those shades of experience, which that's all they are, you are going to come through to love. When I went through my spiritual emergency, I mean, it was beyond terrifying. I was trapped in my own body. I've experienced I call it a literal death, because when you're hallucinating, it's more real than real life. When I went into the hospital, they turned out the lights and I was left to just sleep. God knows what drugs they put in me.
Yeah.
I felt my whole body drying out. I could not get comfortable. I was sucking on my blanket because I couldn't get any moisture from anything else. I was turning into bone and skin and bone. And then demons came to help me get off of the table, and then I had to help them. It hurt. Everything about it hurt somehow.
Yes. Yeah.
Like my bones were jarring,
yes.
like a wooden roller coaster.
Yeah.
And then I helped them zip up my own body back. So sometimes in our consciousness, we go through things that are unfathomable. And you just have to know that whatever happens, it's all just a shade of experience, and light is really all there is. And honestly, oh my God, I get such a thrill thinking about having gone through this, because it was a real initiation. This is something I really wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
There's a podcast that I just listened to about Scorpio, and in it, his name is 𝔼𝕚𝕚𝕚𝕚. He's an astrologer. When he was younger, he was in love with pirates. So his parents threw him a pirate birthday party, and it was all well and good. It was a great time, but by the end of it, he was so disappointed. It's not just that it ended. It was a good time, yeah, but he was really distraught over the fact that it wasn't more serious. What he wanted out of the whole pirate game was meaning, something serious, some consequences, stakes, something's on the line here. And that was very powerful to me, because even through this whole modern life, I've been in search of the light and bliss and happiness and love, and yet all I've found is the dark shit. And I realized that the meaning that I wanted from all the happy things was really to be found in the darkness. And if I ever came close to getting all the happy things that I wanted, I wasn't fulfilled. If you don't go through the initiation in the darkness, then you'll never get that happy ever after. I anticipate a happy ever after. I really do. Because I've been through all this. And I think you probably have I don't know where you're at with anticipating the paradise like I do.
I don't.
But
that's never been a focus of mine at all.
Yeah.
I think I've been, well, as you know, my life was brutal. My childhood brutal. And I started having visions of God when I was 5. My first out-of-body experience was when I was 2. It's been a really intense journey, and I have never bothered to think about anything like that. The way I was raised by the grandparents who helped me was that your faith would not make your life any easier, but it would ease the journey. And so that's where I am. That's where I always am. So
it's
I don't.
always hard.
Yeah, I don't go out. Well, I don't go out there, in my thoughts. I just try to be mindful every day, see the beauty every day. That being God every day.
Yeah.
That's how I've always lived, even when I was really sick. I was still like that. That's my bottom line. Yeah, that's absolutely my bottom line. It's just that my faith in the source of everything, I've relied on that all my life. I do not personally believe that anything's ever going to be all peachy keen, because I wasn't taught that either. That's
Yeah.
part of it, is that I was taught that life is complex, life is difficult, life is challenging. And when I look out in the woods, I have to agree.
Yeah.
It's brutal if you look out in the woods, but it's what you're carrying in you, that's the part where you can have peace and beauty and joy and, but I don't think of it in an idealistic way, ever.
I guess I do just because of
Well, I'm fine with that.
the journey that I've seen so far. For me personally, things haven't worked out the way my mind thought a happy story would go. However, I've grown such a sense. I keep thinking of it in terms of a rock. I feel like a solid rock inside, and that solid rock is peace.
Yeah.
And the peace has made every experience feel new. Like anything I experienced before this rock solidity, it's totally transformed. And even if it's a bad thing to experience, now it's just total surrender to it. So it feels good. Even the bad things feel good. So I guess I just believe that in the journey of the soul, some people talk about soul making, that's what we are doing here, is generating soul. Because I think pain is just the mechanism by which the universe creates soul, because where else do you get it? You can't, if it's superficial, it's not soulful. If it's happy, if it's produced as happy, there's no soul there. So it feels like being made real. And I feel more confident that people that have experienced harder things in life have the edge on true happiness. If you're born into completely pampered circumstances and never have any challenges and never get the chance to develop your soul, and you reach middle age or whatever, and you have nothing to show for it except stuff, I feel worse for that type of person than anyone who's been through the tough shit. We probably better wrap this up soon.
Yeah,
I think you have
so.
your poems there.
Yeah. Well, we've been talking about darkness and light, and one of my personal favorite Bible verses is John 1. John 1, chapter 1, and I'm going to read it a little differently than the Bible has it.
Yeah.
So please forgive me if that's offensive to you. I don't mean to be offensive at all. I love the Bible. In the beginning was the sound, and the sound was with God, the source. And the sound was source. And it was in the beginning with the source. All things came through the source. And without the source, nothing came to be. What came to be through the source was life. And this life was the light of the human race. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness does not overcome it. I've lived by that last line all my life.
Yeah, you had a moment with that poem the other day.
Yeah.
It was a synchronicity or something, and
Lost it.
we both needed to cry. We cried in front of each other the past couple weeks.
This week, it was all this week. It started last Sunday.
It started with Saturn.
Crazy.
On October 23rd.
Yeah.
Saturn either went direct or it moved into a different sign.
I did something naughty.
Can't remember. Yep.
Saturn was naughty.
Yeah. I've come to love Saturn, but it's severe. So we've been going through it over here.
Yeah.
But it's like I can feel the rainbow on the other side when that's happening now. Like I just know that it's coming, and it helps me get through it. And tears are so cleansing.
Cry.
Yeah,
Everybody
release
cry if
the
you need to.
cortisol. Is that?
Yes.
Yeah.
When I used to never cry because I had such an abusive childhood. Everybody
You
who's
learn
had that
to
kind of
shut
childhood,
off.
you learn
Yeah.
not to cry. And when I read a few years ago that cortisol is released through your tears, I started making it a point to cry.
Yeah.
And now I'm really good at it.
Yeah, but it's so bad for you to keep it all in.
It is.
If you need to cry.
It's terrible. Well, we just want to end by saying that, you know, crazy is also magic.
Yeah.
Right? It's also magic.
I think it literally is.
Yeah. So
can-
if you're crazy, enjoy the magic when you can, and when you can't, please take good care of yourselves. We
Yes.
love you.
We just need spaces for it.
Yeah.
And acceptance.
And this is what we thought we'd just read. And this is so funny because this is a nighttime prayer from the New Zealand Book of Prayer. I have loved that book for 25 years. And it's actually about night. And we usually record in the morning.
And
But
it's
look,
almost nighttime.
we're almost at night, so this is perfect. Lord, it is night. The night is for stillness. Let us be still in the presence of God. It is night after a long day. What has been done has been done. What has not been done has not been done. Let it be. The night is dark. Let our fears of the darkness of the world and of our own lives rest in you. The night is quiet. Let the quietness of your peace enfold us, all dear to us, and all who have no peace. The night heralds the dawn. Let us look expectantly to a new day, new joys, new possibilities. In the name of life and love, we pray. Amen.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Until next time.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to say just a little bit. I think over the course of these 8 weeks, maybe we should try to do 5 podcasts because we've got the pentagram that we want to talk about.
I love that.
And I think the 5 star points within the 8
Yeah.
because Venus makes a pentagram in the sky as it travels around the sun every 8 years. So I think the number 8 and 5. Didn't you
Okay.
mention them the other day? 8
I
and
don't
5?
remember. We talk so much.
I think that'll work well.
I
And we're
love
having
that.
trouble. We want a schedule without having a schedule.
Yeah,
So we got to get on like star time or something.
Yeah, we're trying. It's and we're trying to do this also because we're trying to figure out a way to model how bipolar, since we're still calling them that at this point, how bipolar people can exist and function and benefit this world.
Yes.
Because we've got theoretical scientists, mathematicians, artists, writers living in the woods out here. These people are just like I am. The only difference is somebody had money. I don't, but they did, and they helped me. We are. I'm that person. I'm not any different than.
Yeah, we need to start seeing ourselves.
They
in
shouldn't
other
be
people.
out there. Yeah, this is
All
not.
other
These are not
people.
other creatures. These are not another species. These are people who were severely mistreated.
Yep.
Because that's what's happening. If somebody's on the streets, it isn't just.
It's
Our
what happened to you.
It's what happened to you, not what you came in with. What we came in with could be a gift if society would adjust some so that people, all of us, could be doing things without burning out, committing suicide, dying from pills that doctors have given them. You know,
Children.
We want to see this change.
Like,
we really
seriously.
do. And I'm just going to mention it now. I've got something in my heart called the sanctuary movement. When I was growing up, I spent a lot of times in churches crying and praying for help. And I swore that someday, if I ever had the money, which I don't yet, but I'm working on it, that I would create sanctuaries for people to go into so that they could be comforted And what I want to see, if anybody's got money out there that could do this, is we take these churches that are empty and these malls and these other buildings that we have that are not doing anybody any good, and we use torpedo pots that have been invented by a man in Georgia or Alabama. Torpedo pots is the name though. And people, all they have to do is say they're willing to try to live in health, to be in these places. No, yes, I'll believe in your God. No, my relatives have to pay for it. None of that. And they can go in these places, grow food, learn to cook the food, sell the food. You know, it would help everyone.
I mean, the vision can grow as the reality comes together.
And some of them would eventually be counselors. I mean, it could change society hugely to do something like this. I'm that ill. I am that crazy. I have been that dysfunctional, that insane over and over. And I'm telling you, you can come back. They can come back. It's hard, but they can do it.
And what I
They
want to
have
say,
to be shown some kindness.
what does the world do? It does what it's done to Kanye West.
Yes.
Someone who has visionary ideas about the world being better is mocked.
Yes.
And simultaneously, how much money can we make off of this dude?
Yes. He's being used and abused.
Yeah.
And I will say this. I don't know you, Kanye, and I'm a lot older than you are, but my heart has really gone out to you because I wish you understood your illness better. And I wish you had somebody around you who did. You were triggered by what your ex-wife said. And that's why you said the very harsh things that you said. When you're manic, and he is manic right now, you say things a 3-year-old would say.
And can you imagine the pressure of the entire world
Yeah,
on you
watching
as you're
you?
going through that?
Yes,
Like,
yeah.
okay,
Oh,
a manic
God, yeah.
episode is
Horrible. I thought it was.
Grandeur. What's it called? Something of grandeur.
Oh, delusions of grandeur.
Delusions of grandeur.
Yeah.
If the world confirms that, no.
It's not helpful.
Bad.
It's not healthy.
She's got a great blog post. I'm going to help her.
I'm going to start blogging
help
this
her
week.
get it on
I
the
just haven't stuck my
internet.
toes in yet.
Yeah.
But I wrote.
It's about this topic.
Yeah,
so,
I wrote one about bipolar 1.
I think on that note,
We're going to say goodnight.
Yes.
Yeah,
Check out
bless
her
you.
blog post on s3bartlesville.livejournal.com and have a peaceful week.
Bless you.